Greene. Of course, I salute all of you American patriots. It gets crazier today, April 28th, 2026, after years of lockdowns, an absolute bloodbath for the American people and just complete psychological war, propaganda, supply shocks. We've got oil prices at all-time highs. World War III has erupted like AIDS every single place basically in the Middle East, from Gaza to Iran. Ukraine war is still going on. The hyperinflation is ripping off everyday Americans. It's so important that we get prepared and like and share this video to other brothers and sisters. Again, I've been doing this 20 years. We are the gold standard, ladies and gentlemen. We invented alternative media television. We invented the digital Noah's Ark, no bank debt assets, multi-billion-dollar portfolio, soon to be tokenized. It is absolutely essential that you get in. Call my father, 808-442-2934. Protect you and your family. Grow your assets with no bank debt because of exactly what we're talking about today. A massive banking collapse. Bank runs are predicted by Jamie Dimon, who, by the way, did business with Jeffrey Epstein with no to very little oversight for nearly several decades, actually, helping to implicitly traffic all of those children. Also, I notate to you all, as you all know, of course, all the same criminal thugs, people like Jamie Dimon, this is my opinion, that ripped you off trillions of dollars worth of TARP taxpayer bailouts in 2008-09. That's how he made the bulk of his wealth, ripping off the American people. He was never a billionaire before, only after the U.S. taxpayer infused 2008 and 09 bailouts. All of these people are still in charge. There's no penalties. There's no investigation for having done business with Jeffrey Epstein, funding billions of dollars, probably tens of thousands of transactions over Jeffrey Epstein's racketeering on his private island and everything else, all the shenanigans in New Mexico. He was literally inseminating women, essentially trafficking these women to have his own babies. I mean, the horrors of whores. So just to understand, we're the good guy here, okay? You're the good people. You have an enemy, and we know who that enemy is. It is the dark, demonic, satanic, deep state, still in charge, still running things. So understand these people will continue to rip you off, and they will rip off you and your family, and they will destroy the economy. They will collapse the economic, financial, banking system, and as I predicted, they will blame it on this. Oh, it was a war that we couldn't predict. If it wasn't for the war and the nukes and Iran and Ukraine, we wouldn't have any more debt and there wouldn't have been inflation. But due to that tricky war, that no one could have predicted, just like the lockdowns, even though I did, I predicted all of it. I told you these scumbags, Bill Gates and others, would lock your ass in your house, okay? I told you these people were implanting software. I told you all of this. I predicted the attack and invasion of Ukraine. I predicted Donald Trump's attack of Iran. We predicted all of it. So don't let anyone tell you no one could have seen this coming. Of course we did. Just like I saw Bitcoin coming before everybody else. Just like I make you rich every single day. Just like my world-class school with hundreds of thousands of students around the world at islandprojectclub.com and bitcoinrich.com has made more millionaires than anyone else on the internet. Just like I have a collection of Rolexes and Lamborghinis and soon to be Ferraris and mega mansions all around the world. Don't say no one could have predicted it, because Nostradamus over here, all through the glory of God along with you, got it all right. So now that Jamie Dimon and these sicko scumbags are now warning of this, a bond crisis, quote, this is from CNBC, will likely mean a sudden jump in yields and a breakdown in market liquidity, where investors rush to sell and buyers recede, typically forcing central banks to step in as a buyer of last resort. What does that sound like? That's a bank run. That's the definition of no liquidity. That's the definition of a private credit collapse. That is the definition of America burning in hell. and the bond market blowing up, which is why you need to get out of the banks now and call my dad. My dad is 71 years old. He is an amazing man. He has been placed on this earth to help us steward the digital Noah's Ark, along with your general and our soon-to-be 500 members. I want to do a shout-out. You know who you are. Just came in with another close to $500,000 and no bank debt assets in the deck, too. God bless you. By the way, we have major updates to the website. As a part of Ark Covenant Properties, Deck 2, Ark Covenant Properties, LLC. This is our company. Major updates coming to the website today. In fact, all this will be linked by the end of business day. You click the Buy Now button. It'll take you to an app by the time you are watching this video. You fill out a very quick app, and you call my dad at 808-442-2934. Also, book a call. If you have any questions, my father and the rest of the team, you can book a call and a consultation, $200K minimum. Don't waste our time. Roll over your retirement accounts immediately before the bank runs Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan Chase have predicted. You'll get 15 minutes. My father can educate you along with the rest of our team. That's 808-442-2934. You click the button on our website. Build it, own it with no bank debt, tokenize it. Get all the capital gains, get all the interest income, up to 30 days comped every single year annually. Live your investment, sun your diamond nuts, and then tokenize on top of it. A non-dilutable, diversified portfolio of the best real estate in the world. And you can review not just Deck 2, limited and finite in supply, just 50 million. We already closed our 33.5 million fund, which is worth well over hundreds of millions of dollars, currently compounding at 5 to 8% a year. But in addition to that, you can also review our entire current owned property portfolio along with pending acquisitions here in beautiful Hawaii, and also at a Park City, Abuja, and at Thailand, and also Papa John, and at Tokyo, Abuja, and at Bali, Abuja, the island of the gods. Because again, real Christian ballers like you tuning in, put your money where your mouth is. You're the solution. We all have a choice, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get to these bank runs in a minute. But we all have a choice on what to tune into on a daily basis. Let me give you an example. Human consciousness does not come from the brain. It does not come from your cerebral cortex or a ripple or wrinkle in that mass that's in between your head and behind your eyes. No, it comes from God. It's like tuning into a radio station. You have free will and the choice to tune in to any station you want. You can tune into, in very binary form, the Christian channel. You can tune into your local Christian FM station, and you can get good vibes, and you can celebrate Jesus, and you can sing the gospel with your kids in your car. That's a choice. It's called free will. God gave it to you. Or you can choose the other channel, the channel of Satan, the channel of darkness, the channel of the Illuminati all-seeing eye, Katy Perry, and Elon Musk's mom. You can choose low vibration, just like you can choose to be sober and connected with the Lord and rebuking evil spirits, or you can actually choose the spirits. There's a reason why alcohol is called spirits, because again, it's there to entrap you. Nothing wrong with having, occasional glass of wine or mixed drink for a celebration or something like that, but we see how society abuses all of this stuff. We see how sick our society has become. Look at this. Men addicted to porn. Disgusting. People in a low vibration of loneliness and hatred and destitution. No solutions. People in poverty. Wage income collapsing, offering nothing. Again, I cite all these examples on a daily basis. Nothing against these people, but Alex Jones doesn't offer any solutions. He's in bankruptcy proceedings. He ignored Bitcoin. He turned on Donald Trump. He's a loser by every single definition known to man. So is Tucker Carlson, apologizing for recommending and supporting the president for decades. A loser. In addition to Marjorie Taylor Greene, obviously didn't have any discernment because now she's jabbing that into the back of Trump and Republicans, splitting the party, destroying the movement, creating disillusionment, and offering nothing. Now, again, nothing against these people. I pray for them. They have a chance. God gives us this to repent. But unless they're offering some kind of solution, if you're tuned into them and into that, you're tuned into the darkness. It warns in the Bible that many people will come in his name. They will preach as if they're angels of light. This will come in the form of spiritual leaders, religious zealots. It will come in the form of social media figures like those mentioned, and they will appear to be an angel of light. Yeah, they will appear to be on the side of freedom and liberty, but you will know them by their fruits. You'll see where they lead you. Again, what are the facts? Alex Jones in bankruptcy. He's obviously clearly not healthy. He's overweight, yet sells supplements. Why would you take a supplement from an overweight person, for crying out loud? That makes no sense at all. Tucker Carlson sells your kids on nicotine pouches, which are highly addictive. I know so because I've actually tried them, and they're the worst thing ever. They are highly addictive. Do not touch that. It will alter your brain chemistry. It will alter it. Dangerous. In my opinion, more dangerous than cigarettes. They haven't even been studied. There's no clinical trials on it at all. So again, we know someone by their fruits. What did Marjorie Taylor Greene do at precisely the moment she turned on Donald Trump? Did she rise and start her new party? Did she continue to fight for the liberty movement? Did she stand her ground? No. She quit like a loser. So again, know someone by their fruits. What are our fruits? I don't pretend to be perfect, but we have real world solutions. I'm a Christian billionaire. My father is awesome. We have 500 investors from around the world in now 15 countries. We own no bank debt assets. Our portfolios only grow with income capital gains before the bank runs. We predicted the lockdowns and the wars, and we preach a real solution called Jesus Christ every day and reach millions of eyeballs around the world. On top of making millions of you that have tuned into me for multiple decades super rich. And we only continue to carry the flag of liberty, prosperity, and freedom. Not in the material world, although we do that. We have the best investments in the world and we don't have any bank debt because we're built on a foundation of God, the digital Noah's Ark. Live your investment in an absolutely enthusiastic, experiential investment class, which you can actually use, which you can't with your stupid stock, which is about to go to zero, or your bond, which is going to collapse in a bank run, according to JP Morgan Chase and Jamie Dimon, who helped traffic the Epstein kids. You understand? You know a man by his fruits, by his actions. You know a woman by their fruits and by their actions. And again, who are these other people glorifying? I would argue they're glorifying themselves, their own ego mania. It's all about them and info pores constantly. And it's all about Tucker Carlson all the time. And it's always about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Notice there's a difference. My channel's about Jesus. My channel's about you. My channel's about lifting you up. My channel is about backing American troops in the Middle East and backing the president, even if he's an imperfect vessel, because I know, even though I have my own personal criticism, that Donald Trump was put in power not by me or necessarily the constituencies of the voting class in the United States, which is all rigged anyways, but he was put in power by the king. And that means it's God's plan. So for us to judge that or to attempt to decipher God's complexity is really not our place at all. Our place is to build, reap what we sow. People want to know why I'm rich and these other people aren't. Tucker Carlson's doing pretty good, but of course he got all that good, sweet cash from the fake news mainstream media all those years. You've heard the stories. I've turned down hundreds of millions of dollars from Fox and the Walt Disney Company because, honestly, I didn't want to be bought like Tucker Carlson. That's one thing I'll give Alex Jones. He's never been bought. So that's pretty cool, though he's got deep ties to the CIA and the FBI. And his whole family, of course, worked for Central Intelligence and all those black markets that we don't really have to go into. Not my family. We're just regular people. My dad literally was a pickle man. He ran a manufacturing company for years before selling it in his 40s and becoming a multi-deca millionaire and retiring when he was like 44. That's what my family did. We just ran really solid manufacturing businesses, and the pickles on an In-N-Out burger are actually my family's under private label. And the barbecue sauce at a Carl's Jr. or a Hardee's is actually privately labeled Green Boys. We sold to private equity in a massively successful sale when I was a teenager, and that gave my dad a lot of freedom and opportunity to do even bigger, bolder things like the Island Project. I mean, you literally have badasses. Every single one of us, Division I All-American, D1, started as a freshman, literally Century League Champion of the Year. I'm 44 years old and I have six-pack record freaking abs. I've been cleaning up my diet a lot, and I'm on a 1000X supplement pack, all natural, by the way. I'll go through that at some point. Rich as F, okay? Unlike these other people, and spearheading positivity, bringing people out of darkness. I mean, I even dress well, for crying out loud. So again, you want solutions, you want freedom, you want 1776, you want America, you want real Americana and prosperity. You know what to freaking do, and you pray about it. And you get the freak in now. You get the freak in today because time is short. And again, the fake news is just lying to you, keeping you distracted, bringing you into the digital age of AI to replace you. And by the way, what is AI going to do? Once they biologically insert it into your forehead, which is all what these people are doing, you will be permanently tuned in to the FM station of death and Satan. Not only will you be advertised to, but you'll be permanently, because of your choice and free will of taking the mark in your right hand or in your forehead, you will be permanently tuned in to the FM station of the Illuminati and darkness. Just like on your phone, most kids nowadays don't ask God any questions anymore. No, they've got the demonic, radical, leftist cuck, Sam Altman, and nothing against his choices in his personal life. I'm not going to go into it because I'm not here to judge, but those are your leaders, and they're the ones programming the AI. Just like Elon Musk loves devil costumes and his favorite video game is set in hell. It's called Diablo. And also his mom is constantly taking modeling photos with the Illuminati eye. And he's actually putting a brain chip soon to be in your kids. Not just for paraplegics, but for everybody in ubiquity. Why? To connect you to AI. To connect you to the FM station of demons. And so again, don't do that. Just understand where this is going, that once that happens, you won't be able to hear God ever again. You will be eternally separated. God is not vengeful, okay? He's not sending you into hell. No, you're choosing it. You choose the AI. You choose the biologicals. You choose to lock your ass in your house. You choose masks on your face that cause cancer. You choose to go through the body scanners instead of not complying and telling them not to take your picture, which is your constitutional right, and you don't have to. And instead asking for a pat down so they can feel you in your privates, and you get terminal 5 illness, cancer, and super whatever it is. That's your fault. You see, that's on you because you made a choice to remove yourself from God. You made a choice to connect your body to Satan. You made a choice not to revolt and resist peacefully and stand your ground. No, you got down on your knees to Satan and you worshiped him and not God. So again, case in point, today in the news, we're hearing about how Donald Trump grabbed his wife's butt. That's literally the best fake news CNN and Cooper could come up with today. Yeah? So what? That's what a real man does. He grabs his wife's butt. It's called flirting, for crying out loud. But again, the fake news. It's good to see them in a healthy relationship, have a little freaking romance in their life. It must be hard to have any romance constantly being on camera, constantly being shot at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, the third freaking time. Which again, all those people I mentioned prior helped that because they're inciting disillusionment. They're inciting the Republican Party turning against Trump. They're telling you Donald Trump is compromised, inciting those, God forbid, attacks. They're the problem. They're the losers. They're the wolves, cloaked in fakeness of angels of light. Get your bone broth and get your supplements while the salesman on camera is fat as you know what. It's the truth. It's the truth. It is absolutely the truth. So let's talk about what's going to happen. These bank runs are just going to smash every single American. And the level of poverty that's coming to this country will be the worst thing that we've ever seen, which is why they're going to give you universal basic income and the wealth transfer to crypto and through the Clarity Act, which will be passed imminently, and into stable coins and Bitcoin and Pixel Nation and Island Project tokenization is going to separate the wheat from the chaff. And it's going to make you on the right side at islandproject.com rich. See our terms. Just like you already are. Living your best life. And everybody else that trusted their government and trusted the authorities and complied to the fake news. And Bill Gates, who loves to bang Russian hookers, yet alone possibly even kids. You will be slaughtered at the hand of demons and Satan. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you. So again, you make a choice in life, guys. When you give your life to God, when you wake up in the morning and stand in front of the sun, and you get your butt on your knees, and you tell God and pray to him, God, I'm listening. Speak to me. He will. He speaks to me every day. Today I had a special moment with the Lord. I get up early in the morning. I hydrate with a little sea salt electrolytes, first thing I do, because you wake up dehydrated. So I do that. I have a cup of coffee. I go out and I raise literally with the sun, not just Jesus, but the actual sun as well. And the trees and the birds sing, and then I stretch and I move my body. I get things flowing. Maybe I'll give a couple push-ups or something here and there. And then I'll pray in silence, and I'll ask for the Lord to speak to me. And today was very quiet, and it was a reassurance of the journey that I'm on, that we're spearheading along with all of you here at Island Project, and what an enormous stewardship that is. And what's so amazing about it is we have so much money now. We're so rich. Our problem is figuring out where and how to deploy it. I want you to think about this for a moment, how odd this is and how countercultural this is. But we're so wealthy now as Christian billionaires. My problem when I wake up is how to properly deploy and steward the assets in the best way possible. You know how most people are praying just to pay their bills or keep their lights on? Or they're praying just to get by because they're in a scarcity mindset? We're in such abundance, like the flood in the Noah days of the Noahic flood when it opened up, that our challenge is deploying the assets into the best number one investments in the world, negotiating the best deals. Myself and my father, we are sharks. We get the best deals. Dollar cost averaging in all of our multi-million-dollar real estate on the ocean and the beach, right next door to all these a-holes that don't want you to own it. Fighting off black cuck rock with our cross every single day and kicking their literal ass repeatedly. Because again, many of you are thinking so small. You're not thinking big. You're not thinking in abundance or prosperity. You're not thinking in health, wellness, love, internality. You don't die. There's no such thing as death. Your consciousness goes into the entire universe. You're given a new body in a white stone of which Jesus Christ inscribes your real spiritual name. And you're thinking in fear? How dare you? How dare anyone be a weak, sidelined, critic, cynic, ostrich head in the ground, spectating Christian? How dare you? How dare you not be fighting on behalf of the Lord every single day? How dare you not be discipling other Christians and sharing the love and the gospel and the book of John, my favorite, to the people? How dare you not be in a love affair with Jesus Christ every single day, thanking him for the air in your lungs and the glimmer of your eye and your ability to love and fight no matter where you are or what you're working with. Young, old, healthy, unhealthy, rich, poor. Poor, by the way, is a permanent condition. Broke is temporary. You ain't poor. You're broke. It's a good thing. There's only upside, baby. You can only go freaking up. Broke's temporary. You can go from broke to rich many times in your life. But poor, if you believe you're poor, you will always be in poverty. Because again, your mind is a simulation. Not your own, not a video game, but God's. Everything you think and believe is reality. Everything you think and do becomes fact. Everything you say and put out into the world is truth. Because again, you're tuning in to the channel and you have a choice which channel to tune into. Look, if you're tuning into these other people and you're not getting ahead, nothing good is happening in your life, and you're going nowhere, and you feel lost, then turn off that channel and join ours. Click the link below at onlineproject.com. See our terms and disclaimers. I'm not a crappy financial advisor. I'm just a Christian baller, diamond-nutted billionaire, along with my father, who retired in his 40s, never has to work a day in his life again, who's literally a super badass mentor and is super healthy, can do more pull-ups than me on most days, with great leadership, along with 500 members, Christians from all around the world, God first, faith first individuals. It's not a requirement to be a Christian, of course, but everyone typically believes in God because they're a part of our common ethos. You can travel all around the world. You get all the capital gains, no bank debt. We're not a timeshare. Timeshares suck balls. We're nothing like a timeshare. You have real ownership. Your 250K becomes worth 600K, 700K in 3 to 5, 7, 10 years with us, $1 million. You come in with $1 million like we have many, many whales as a part of Island Project Founders Round 1 and Deck 2. Your $1 million in 5 years is worth $2 million. Maybe it's worth $3 million. Plus you got all the accretion of the interest income plus the use. And each property daily rates are about $5,000 to $10,000 in some cases a night at some of our mega mansions. Our condos that produce great cash flows diversified across the islands, not in one single location. So you can actually go enjoy yourself in a very real way, as I show you hundreds of testimonials on a daily basis, actually also accretes. And again, in addition to that, even our 30K members that got into Fund 1 get 40% off up to discounts on all of their stays, only further accreting their investment. This is actually something you can use, do, become a part of, an actual active ecosystem community that's safe outside of the banks and a non-levered, no bank debt assets while America burns in hell and the banks go to zero and the demonic Epstein traffickers continue to screw all of you over. So again, your choice is a very easy choice. Get screwed over, bent over by the deep state, get essentially RAPED'd every day of your life, become disillusioned and fake-ass politics, wait to cast your next vote for the Alex Infopores team and Tucker Carlson, funded by Fox News, and a Marjorie Taylor traitorous Greene. Wait another 4 years to cast your fake vote for their fake independent party. By that time, and in all that time, you will have been completely ripped off by the deep state. The debt will be sailing at new all-time highs, and the hyperinflation will have already destroyed all of your lives. Because time is your enemy, and it ain't on your side. And if you haven't figured it out yet, largely to a certain extent, no matter what Donald Trump does, no matter how good of a man he is, and I believe he is a very great man. In fact, there's a new statue, a golden statue that was just built at one of the golf courses. Pretty cool, actually. And I'm not saying build him as an idol, but I believe him to be a great man. But no matter what Donald Trump does, he's not going to solve the central banks. He's not going to solve the massive debt. He's not going to solve the hyperinflation. He's not going to stop UBI and the wealth transfer. No, all the elites will get richer, and they're going to do it on the top of the American people. And they're going to slaughter them every single day in and day out. And they're going to run oil prices screaming higher because the United Arab Emirates just exited OPEC, by the way, which is hugely significant. And the wars ain't going to stop. And there will be more chaos, and all of these cucks will become richer. Elon Musk will be rich as F, and he will continue to get rich as F. Just like Larry Ellison, just like Peter Thiel, just like a Jeff Bezos. How about you, though? How about you? Are you going to allow these a-holes to be the only people with 15 estates, 19 Learjets, and a working staff of thousands of slaves? Are you going to allow these people to be the only people that get government bailouts and TARP funds and subsidies from U.S. taxpayers, as is the case on Elon Musk? Are you going to allow these oligarchs to be the only people that win? Are you that much of a bitch? And that's my honest question. Because if you are, you have no business even tuning in here. We're ballers, we're freaking winners. We make you rich. IslandProject.com is a declaration of peaceful war against the deep state. I'm a billionaire for an effing reason. We run Bitcoin Rich and IslandProject.com because we are the tip of the spear in 1776. So grab those diamond balls, enter now, call my dad, stay tuned for the updates on our website, buy a little freaking pixel and get into Bitcoin. That's your choice. Just like you have a choice to get right with God and to repent today or to go the other direction. And the other direction is that of darkness. And I pray against it. Dear Jesus Christ, thank you for this impassioned video. I pray for everyone in this audience, everyone struggling, everyone going through obstacles, cancer, relationships, divorce, marital problems, addictions, all of these things. Maybe even just a lack of courage, maybe complacency. Maybe it's just loneliness. Maybe it's just inaction, procrastination. I pray for all these people. I pray they know you like I know you. I pray they know you like my Father knows you. I pray that they all know you like my members constantly remind me and inspire me and know you. I pray that your flock fights back along with us, the billionaire super baller Christian class. I pray that they onboard with the retirement accounts and exit the criminal banks now before they all collapse in bank runs and are set on fire and implode, just like Jamie Dimon is warning. I pray they onboard at islandproject.com and call my Father at 808-442-2934 today. That they pray and ask you first, and then they onboard in a freaking stampede before the bank runs and the collapse of the entire U.S. stock market. I pray that they take action and fight back and tune in to the Alpha and Omega, baby. Not the FM station of demons, rats, the Illuminati, and those freaking Hollywood, deep state, fake news, mainstream media cucks and a-holes like Jimmy Kimmel that were actually promoting, God forbid, the you-know-what of Donald Trump. I pray that stupid piece of crap is fired by whoever his network is. How freaking dare him? I pray this audience grabs their freaking diamond nuts and joins the freaking general today and their diamond ovaries. I pray they sing hallelujah. I pray they tune into their Christian network instead. I pray that they homeschool their kids. I pray they don't comply to the mark of the beast and they stand their freaking ground and they kneel for no one except you, Jesus. I pray my men arm the F up because you need self-defense. Hoorah! I pray for Texas, baby. I pray for the freaking peaceful revolution. 1,000 freaking X. And I am your general. I sit before you today, richer than ever, healthier than ever, with the problem none of you have because you're not thinking big enough. Go balls deep. All into islandproject.com. You freaking load your bags. You get a no bank debt asset, capital gains, interest income, up to 30 days a year. It is accretive, plus our tokenization. You've seen what we've done with Pixel. Doesn't even own anything. Up only, baby. 50 million unlock guaranteed. How about them apples? You saw what we did? Not me, but Jesus did with Jesus coin. 80 million. 1,000x. Just a year or two ago. And by the way, there's a method to the madness, baby. There's a method to the madness. Because these are all pre-tokenization launches. before the Island Project multi-billion dollar, no bank debt asset superclass goes live and operational. And I personally deploy hundreds of millions of dollars making you super diamond ball freaking rich. Because I'm a badass. And these other people worship Satan. And I worship Jesus Christ. And I'm here to steward you. When I was on my knees and I'm training all my sons and all my daughters, I have a lot of kids because I grab my wife's ass all the time too. But I train all my kids, all of them, junior VPs, as a part of our network and our ever expanding boutique team. Because I'm not just thinking of myself, I'm thinking of your kids, your legacy, your grandkids. I'm thinking 2, 3, 4, 5 generations out. I'm making your family tree so diamond nut rich that when we go into the eternal kingdom, we know that God's ark has been built. Truth. The ark will be bigger, and already is, than you can ever imagine. A couple family trees out. The biggest thing in the world will be tokenized physical real world assets. And I want you to think about that that's all God's glory, that at the time when those future generations are about to take the mark, that your kids will have a choice and it'll make it easier for them not to. That they will have a private ecosystem economy with no bank debt that they own, that they can pass on, that transfers real value through our Christian network and proprietary blockchain technology that I've already been in development and have already spent millions of dollars on. For those of you who don't know, that roadmap is very difficult. There's a lot of things that we have to follow, especially with regulations, etc. For example, Deck 2 is an accredited investment offering CR terms, but it's public now. That means that we're going to be at every single office in America. Every broker dealer, every Merrill Lynch, every Charles Schwab will now be selling you the Island Project to you and your families. Not just me. This means public marketing. This means influencers around the world. I'll be deploying millions of dollars to all the talking heads that you tune into, and they're all going to be pitching islandproject.com nation to you. It's that big. It's that kinetic. Do you understand we have declared kinetic war against the deep state? That our mission statement is to destroy evil and to bring followers to Christ? That we offer not just fun and awesomeness and an experience and something you can do, and just being a part of our network is already worth millions of dollars. But in addition to that, we are equipping you with the system of success and protection at a time of chaos, war, debt collapse, currency reset, and attempts on Trump's life, and I'm sure it won't be the last one, God forbid. So there's a very distinguishing point to take from this video. You're tuned in to either two options. The Alpha and Omega of the Christian network, which you're following that, or death and Satan. So which one are you tuned into? I pray you choose light and hope. And I'm telling you straight up, for those of you who don't think it's possible, that you're undeserving of it. I'm undeserving. We're all undeserving of Jesus Christ. Love, forgiveness, and mercy. If I can do it, you can do it. You will never feel better. Your addictions will go in the toilet. Your relationships, your health will be cured. He will raise you from the dead if he needs to. He will move mountains like he's already done for me. I speak to them all the time. Simply through the faith of a mustard seed. You saw me rise from a basement, broke from nothing. And by the way, I never inherited any money. For those of you who don't know, never inherited any of it. I've turned it all away. I didn't want any of it. All goes to my brother, for those of you that don't know. Everything you see here has literally been built by God. It's been built by God and your general working diligently every single day. And so again, if I can do it, you can do it. If you can defeat the odds and become successful, if I can do that, you can do that. If someone like me, an average guy, can go become Bitcoin rich because we figured it out before everyone else, so can you. If we can build an Island Project already worth hundreds of millions of dollars, you can too. We've already done all the hard labor, all the hard work. My family has already constructed the ark. We're freaking sailing. We're on deck 2 now, for crying out loud. All you have to do is pull the trigger on your cell phone. 808-442-2934. Hey, Papa John, my name's Bob. I'm coming in with $1 million. I love your son. That's all you have to do. Or you click the link below at islandproject.com. There's a link to call and you book a Calendly appointment with Papa John. Or you click buy now and you get in and you fill out an app. All of that will be updated today. The Deck 2 portal is coming straight to the website. So you can fill all that out, 200K minimum, but you should be coming in 250, 500, or 1 million plus. Roll over your retirement accounts and IRAs today. I love you. May you have peace. May you know God. May you fight back peacefully. Jesus Christ is Lord. I love him more than ever, and I love all of you, and I fight for you as much as I possibly can. And I use and will deploy every single resource at my disposal as the Commander, General, and President of the largest tokenized, soon-to-be real estate, no bank debt fund in the world, in honor of God, the King. And I pray every day, and he shows me what to do and what moves to make. We have very exciting acquisitions coming. I have a private newsletter for all of our existing members, naming those acquisitions and our roadmap, which I'll be giving more details for our 1000x tokenization very soon. It is an honor, by the way, our 30 watches that I put out, the other Greene one that I have, our custom Swiss 10K retail watches with custom engravings of our recent 30 onboards to Deck 2 have been shipped and are on their way. You know who you are. God bless. No one else in the world would do that for you, but we're just awesome. We just do incredible things. And we've got new merch and hats coming too. This is actually a prototype as well. God bless.